a lot of times I do wonder how two things can be so different and yet so similar. For example, like identical twins, how they can be so different yet they look so much alike. I've talked so much about these two countries, especially this one, because it is a country that fascinates me so much. As wide as Nigerian differences are from Kenyans, I'm talking of in terms of food, their culture, the way we do things. But if you look in depthly, you will notice that we have several other similar characteristics and attributes in common. If you do know one of such things, leave it down in the comments. One of the similar ones I'm going to be talking about today is their government, the way they rule the people, the history of electing the same stereotypical president, also number of prominent political parties, the quote in prominent. Kenya, we have the blue and the yellow. In Nigeria, we have PC and PDP. Emphasis on prominent. There's actually a third force growing here in Nigeria. The party where this guy belongs to is called Labour Party. Why do I say this? I'm going to prove to you in just a little moment. The two countries just recently did their presidential election. Kenya's own was late last year, and Nigerian presidential inauguration was just 2 weeks ago. Down to serious business. Let me take you down history lane, starting with these two guys. They go way back in the history of their respective nations. Raila Odinga, born in 1945, was appointed prime minister from 2008 to 2013. Buhari was a former military head of state for 2 years, 1983 to 1985.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Also a two-term president. In fact, he is the most recent Nigerian president that just left 2 weeks ago. Buhari was an army general that was pacified with the post of Federal Commissioner of Petroleum, which is like equivalent to Minister of Petroleum. You know Nigeria very well. You know how oil is to our economy. He was among the army generals that organized a failed coup d'etat. Thereby, they pacified him with this post. Raila Odinga, on the other hand, contested for presidency. He lost, people revolted, and he was pacified with the post of a prime minister to President Kibaki.
I am today announcing the cabinet of the Grand Coalition government.
What can't you even say about these guys? They're both contesting for their nation's presidency back to back, back to back. I mean, their quest for becoming the president of their nation can't be even underemphasized. I said, these two guys have both the idea that they're a reformist, sort of like savior of their countries. Former President Buhari ran for a total of 5 times. Whew. Thank God they won on his 4th and his 5th run. Last year, which was 2022, was the 5th time Raila Odinga will be running for Kenya's president, which made me think like, why did the conspiracy do? These several attempts of his made people give him the name Baba Fifth, right? If I don't give up is human, is this guy. So before Buhari became president, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of people outside even Nigeria were supporting him. Nigerians were tired of the present government at the time, which was under the regime of President Goodluck Jonathan. You know, when you are fed up of the government of a country, you just wanted a change. Yes, that's the word, change. You wanted like a reform. So he came like a mighty knight in shiny armor. He promised to end Boko Haram, which Nigeria was facing back to back then. He promised to make $1 equals to 1 naira, and most importantly, he promised to end corruption. If you know how corruption is in Nigeria, in fact, outside the country, outside Nigeria, if you mention corruption, Nigeria is like a synonym to corruption. 2 weeks ago, he handed over to a new president. Nigerians in the comment section, 8 years done and dusted. What do you think? How far were your expectations fulfilled? As of now that I'm making this video, $1 is equals to 765 naira, guys. This situation is also applicable to Raila Odinga, which people also refer to as their hope, the savior of Kenya. Another interesting yet contrasting fact about them was that Buhari supported the person that succeeded him. Raila was also supported by the ruling government then that was under Uhuru Kenyatta, but he never won in Kenya's accent. But Kenyans, judging by your experiences with Raila during the 2008 to 2013 coalition government, do you think he would have performed? And do you sincerely think he will contest again? Because I think I remember the last election, which was last year, he said that was going to be the last time. But Buhari also contested again after promising that he was only going to serve 1 term. Typical. And please indicate if you voted for him in the 2022 election. Do you think his mandate was stolen? I don't think if there's any case in court against him like in Nigeria's case, because in Nigeria there's still an election tribunal going on contesting the mandate of the sitting president. Please leave all your thoughts and your comments down in the comment section and see you right there. But this kept me wondering that what Nigerian passed through in the 8 years, you know, some people will be contented with the government while majority of people were just like, what have we achieved in the last 8 years? Made me wonder, made me think out that what if Kenyans dodge a bullet, because elections were run in both countries, like I said, last year and this year for Kenya and Nigeria respectively. So did Kenyans dodge a bullet by not having to go through 2 terms of Buhari's rule? Well, time will tell, right? In conclusion, why Kenyans chose this guy? As their new president, but Nigeria chose these guys though. If you have watched to this point, kindly subscribe to the channel and see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.